I love Dolly Parton. I'm going to share 5 of my favorite Dolly songs along with the money lessons they taught me. Let's go. Hey folks, it's Carrie Joy from Work Money, the national not-for-profit that helps people earn more and spend less. And today, I want to talk about Dolly Rebecca Parton. We love Dolly because she sings about real problems real people face with compassion and grit and a big old scoop of humor. And after heartbreak, what is the one thing that pretty much everyone has at least a little trouble with? Yep, Dolly's songbook is filled with everyday folks doing whatever they need to get by, which is why I'm going to share 5 of my favorite Dolly songs along with the money lessons they taught me. Let's go. For starters, we're going all the way back to a 1972 tune called A Little at a Time.
Just put it on my charge account on account of I can't pay you now. I'll pay for it a little at a time.
So the woman in this song is really walking a financial tightrope, which leads me to money lesson number 1. Use credit carefully. When you're young and starting out, it is so easy to wind up going overboard, buying things you can't afford. I know because I have been there. I got into some bad credit card debt in my early 20s, and it took me a long time to climb out of that hole. And that's why today I have 2 rules for how I use credit. I don't spend more than 30% of my limit in any given month, and I pay my cards off on time and in full every month. So while it might feel good in the moment to throw down that credit card for a mink collar or some other splurgy item, using it more carefully will not only keep you out of debt, it's also going to make your credit score go up. And that, no lie, can save you thousands of dollars when it comes time to get a car loan or a mortgage. One of my all-time favorite Dolly jams is a duet with Porter Wagoner called Poor Folks Town.
So come on down, have a look around. The rich folks are living in a poor folks town.
Dolly and Porter are a couple that has less money than they'd like, and they don't live in the best part of town. But even though their house has no carpets on the floor, they've got wall-to-wall love and a place to watch their children grow. This song reminds me of what it was like to buy my first home. It took me 7 or 8 years to save up enough money to even think about buying my own place. When the time came, I needed it to be perfect. I wanted to find the perfect house. Well, the real estate broker I was working with made me sit down and write a list of all the things I felt were must-haves, starting with my most important. Of course, I wanted the house to be super cute on a tree-lined street, in a nice neighborhood. I wanted a porch with a porch swing and a yard to garden in, great schools for my daughter, lots of shops nearby. And then my broker crossed off every single item on the list except the first one, location. Which brings me to money lesson number 2. You just won't get everything you want in your first home. But that's okay. Like the couple in Poor Folks Town, I had to trade the dream of living in the ritziest neighborhood for what made sense for my budget. And for them, it was a humble house close to church. But for me, it was a place where my daughter and I could be close to my family. 10 years later, we love our house so much. And just like the song says, we feel rich in things that can't be bought with a dollar bill. Okay, we all know this next one. It's a Dolly Money classic.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving.
This song rules. It's the ultimate earworm about a workplace frustration that everyone can relate to. Working your butt off and not getting the money or the credit or the respect that you deserve. At Work Money, our members talk to us about this every single day. And Dolly's right. Working 9 to 5, you spend your life putting more money in rich folks' wallets than yours. In the decade since this song came out, all that taking and no giving from big corporations, it's only gotten worse. Back in 1978, CEOs earned about 30 times what the average employee made. Today, they make more than 350 times what their employees do. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Because our paychecks cover less, a lot of 9-to-5ers need some help figuring out how to afford a good life, including and especially a good retirement. Cue money lesson number 3. You can't just paycheck your way to retirement. You've got to invest. There's 2 ways to get rich in America. You can be born rich, which I recommend if you can swing it, or the only other sure way to create wealth is through saving and investing. For instance, if your job offers a 401k retirement plan, take advantage. Max it out as much as you can afford. Or take a hard look at your expenses. Budget to leave yourself with something every month you can put into an IRA. It's another kind of retirement account. Or you can put that savings towards an eventual down payment on a house. Doing any or ideally all of those things is going to set your money up in a way where you can eventually leave that 9-to-5 and all its frustrations behind. Let's change gears slightly for song number 4. This is one of my favorite Dolly ballads, Silver and Gold.
Things of this world, they won't last you long.
And that's why Dolly money lesson number 4 is this. Your net worth is not your self-worth. It's pretty easy to fall into the trap of thinking that not having enough money is some sort of personal failing. I know, because I've been there. When I was younger and in serious debt, I got into a spiral. My overdrafted bank account made me feel so much shame, I just ignored my money problems, but that only made the problems worse, which has shamed me down that much more. Long story short, if you ever find yourself getting down on yourself because you don't have enough money, you are not alone. And you are not a bad person. And you can figure it out. Now let's bring it home with a terrific, more recent Dolly song. It's called Get Out, Get Up, Get On. I mean, listen to these lyrics.
Get up, get out, get on. No need to wait around. 'Cause luck ain't gonna come knocking on your door, so kick it down.
Get off of your self-pity. Get out, you're not alone. Get out of that pit, get on with it. Get up, get out, get on. Doesn't that just make you want to run through a brick wall to get what you want? Here's what I get from that song. When you're having money trouble, it can feel like you're down in a pit, struggling to get up, get out, and get on with your life. But like the great lady says, you're not alone. Millions of us are trying to make ends meet in an economy rigged to help bosses at the expense of working folks. But I promise you, when we all pull together, we can demand more and build a system that works for everyone. Work Money is a community of millions who believe in raising incomes and lowering costs for everyday Americans. You should join us. It's free. You'll get great tips for how to save money, spend less, maybe even some suggestions on more Dolly deep cuts. I look forward to seeing you there. Till next time, take good care.